6:47 right now, time for the morning rush. And this story right here, New Mexico State University's Faculty Senate is expressing deep concern over athletic director Mario Mocha's recent contract renewal. The Senate wrote a letter to the Board of Regents saying that Mocha's contract renewal is disheartening. This comes after the NMSU men's basketball team was plagued by a number of scandals, including a shooting involving a men's basketball player and hazing allegations.
The Albuquerque Police Department is now the target of a lawsuit by a former police officer acquitted of sexual assault while on duty at the Sunport. A jury found former officer Johnny Garcia not guilty after a high-profile trial in February. In that lawsuit, Garcia claims the APD sergeant botched the investigation. That led to, quote, baseless charges. That led to Garcia spending months in jail before the trial.
One of the women charged in a drug deal turned murder is expected back in court today. Ahola Guzman is one of 5 people charged for the murder of Ryan Saavedra that was at Westgate Heights Park in April of 2021. Last year, Guzman pleaded not guilty. She's set to have a change of plea hearing at 1:30 today. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. It is another milder start to our morning, just needing a sweater or a light jacket. And we're going to be warm this afternoon with partly sunny skies.
An Albuquerque business owner is getting ready to address City Council after experiencing 3 break-ins during her first 3 weeks of being in business. Leticia Leiva, the owner of the Groove Boutique in Uptown, said that during one night, thieves made off with $5,300 in merchandise. After meeting with APD, surveillance cameras tied to the real-time crime center will be installed in that area.
The Madrid Film Festival is getting ready for their 5th celebration. The event is open to everyone to submit their work. The film itself just needs to be under 20 minutes long and has to be made within New Mexico over the past year. Applications for the film festival open up on May the 1st, and you have until July 28th to apply.
Animal welfare is going the virtual route to help pets find new homes. Officials say to best curb animal surrenders and free up kennel space, the shelters want to take things online. Animal welfare says they hope to have this virtual matching program up and running in the next fiscal year. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is moderate again today, as we could see some strong to severe storms in eastern New Mexico, producing damaging wind and hail.
U.S. Interior Secretary Deb Haaland will be in New Mexico highlighting the Biden administration's Investing in America agenda. The bipartisan infrastructure law allocated $8.3 billion for the Bureau of Reclamation water infrastructure projects. They hope that this plan will expand access to clean water for families and farmers, as well as area wildlife.
The Biden administration is preparing for a surge of migrants at the southern border, sending 1,500 troops to help Customs and Border Protection. The surge is expected as the Trump-era immigration policy, known as Title 42, is set to expire next week.
The Texas man accused of killing 5 of his neighbors, including a 9-year-old boy, is in custody this morning after 3 days of searching. Authorities say the suspect, 38-year-old Francisco Oropesa, was arrested just 30 minutes from where he allegedly shot and killed 5 of his neighbors late Friday. That was near Cleveland, Texas. Erica.
And here's a check on traffic. Maps are clear, no accidents or slowdowns to report, and trackers heading south on I-25 near MLK. And everything is moving at speed here.
A man in Washington rescued a trapped baby bear. The man who found the cub says he heard something cry out when he was walking in the forest and knew it was either a baby cat or a baby bear. He says he waited for a day to see if Mama Bear would scoop him up, and when she didn't, he did. The young bear cub is now at an animal shelter called Paws. They say the little guy is around 4 months old. At number 5, the New Mexico Bureau of Land Management is teaming up with the Conservation Lands Foundation on a new campaign featuring a unique mascot. Spokes Pebble is a nature-loving rock who is spreading the word about safe and respectful use of America's national conservation lands. Yesterday, Spokes Pebble and the Respect, Connect, Protect campaign kicked off in 5 states, including here in New Mexico. The campaign will eventually expand nationwide.
At number 4, the first phase of a multi-million-dollar project that will see a firefighter training center built at a local park is set to begin this fall. Coronado Park was once the home of a large homeless camp. Yesterday, city officials laid out their plans to turn that site into a new fire station and training center.
And at number 3, we are going to see storms in southeast New Mexico today, some of which may be strong or severe with damaging winds or hail. The rest of the state will stay dry despite what you're seeing here on this snapshot of 6 p.m. this evening.
At number 2, a former police officer with Albuquerque Police who was accused of sexual assault while on duty at the Sunport, then acquitted, is now suing the department. The jury found former officer Johnny Garcia not guilty. That's after a high-profile trial in February. Well, he faced a number of charges, including sexual assault and false imprisonment of a 19-year-old Sunport worker. In the lawsuit, Garcia claims the sergeant botched the investigation that led to, quote, baseless charges. We did reach out to Garcia's attorney but have not received a response. Meanwhile, a spokesperson for Albuquerque Police told News 13 that they will respond to the allegations in court.
And number one, the New Mexico State University Faculty Senate is expressing deep concern this morning over Athletic Director Mario Mocha's recent contract renewal. That new 5-year contract, effective July 1st, will give Mocha a big raise, culminating in a salary of $425,000 in the final year of his contract. The letter addressed to the Board of Regents says that the April announcement about Mocha's contract is, quote, astonishing and disheartening. This comes after the NMSU men's basketball team was plagued by scandal. In November, one of their players, Mike Peake, shot and killed UNM student Brandon Travis after he was ambushed on UNM's campus. Then hazing allegations forced them to cancel their season prematurely and led them to fire their coaching staff. In the letter, the Faculty Senate says by renewing Mocha's contract, they're rewarding him after very serious incidents resulting from a lack of accountability within the athletics department.